Good day, good people. It is Stephanie, and I am back with another video. In this video, you're going to see all the mess that's on my desk, but I need that much room today. Today, I'm going to share with you my unboxing of my new pen, my very first pen from Relic Pens. So if you are interested, please keep watching. Okay, guys, we're back. And like I said in the intro, I will be sharing with you my first pen by Relic Pens. And I'm going to also play around with a few inks. I hate the way that I wrote this out, but it is what it is. And by reading this, of course, you probably already know what pen I got. And yeah, so let's get to unboxing to just see how pretty it is. All I've done is taken it out of the box. I really don't know what this is, so let's take a look at it first. Okay, it looks like it may be some type of pen rest, maybe. Okay, we'll see. All right, I'll move that out the way and scoot that over just a little bit. All right, so by the title of the video and by the writing in my ink journal, you know I got the coffee and cream pen. That's a little tricky to get, but I was able to snag one. And let's take a look at it. I see the top peeking out, and it looks pretty already, but let's see what we're working with. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's prettier than I imagined. Okay, I get it. Coffee and cream. It is very, very pretty. It's almost similar to another pen I have, but we as pen people, we can tell the subtle differences. And let me grab that pen so you can see what I'm talking about. And so you can know I'll be ready for my girlfriends when they say, "You already have a pen that looks like that." Well, guess what? I got another one. And the pen they're going to say that looks like this one is my Calico Koi that I got from Zodiac Pen Company. But again, we as pen people can tell the subtle differences already in the two. The Calico Koi is a matte finish. Beautiful. It also includes orange and browns and black. And the background is beige. This pen is not matte. There is no orange. And the background is white, white, not cream, not beige, not cream. So we know the difference. We love the difference. And hopefully we will love them both because we already love Calico. So I'll move her out the way and continue with the unboxing of this pen. Okay. It came in this pouch. It comes with this cleaner, wiper, smudger, whatever the technical term is, like you're cleaning your glasses. I get it for the resin. But y'all, this is pretty. And you could even see some transparency in the pen up close. I really, really like it. Glad I jumped on it. It's pretty. Let's check out the nib. I got it in a fine nib. I originally ordered a cypress nib, and then I totally forgot about the cute coffee cup that he could put on the pen. So I messaged before it got sent out, and I hope you can see it. Try to get by the light when I'm trying to show you guys stuff. There it is, the coffee cup on the nib. Just a cute little addition to the pen, but it is pretty. Okay. It does come with a converter. All right. Perfect. Okay. Let's do some comparisons, some size comparisons before we look at some inks that could possibly go in this pen. So we'll bring back Calico and we'll skip in between the two. Let's do a Banu. Okay, Banu is just a hair longer. Let's do a traditional Twisby Eco, a little shorter. And then let's do an SD, about the same size, length, but it is wider. That's perfect for me because, again, y'all know I talk about my long hands and fingers all the time. I like a longer pen. I also like a girthier pen, so that's why I brought out the Banu Euphoria just to see. So yeah, that is what it looks like capped. Let's take the cap off and see. Don't want to have caps rolling around. Okay. Interesting already. Okay. Right now that Euphoria nib is kind of sticking up the most. Okay, and there they are uncapped, and actually the SD is the shortest, but I'm sure posted it makes up for it. But we get the gist of it. And again, for me, that works as an average size pen for me. Okay, great. So let's scoot this over and let's bring our book back over. And give me just a minute to put the caps back on these pens as well. So what I did is I looked at part of my ink collection, and I figured with this being coffee and cream, an homage I'm going to say to my parents. They loved coffee. Now, Daddy used to love it black. Mama didn't mind a little bit of cream, but they had to have their coffee. So I was thinking of all of that when I was looking at my collection, and I was like, I need to get an old school chocolate brown ink. Now, when I say an old school chocolate brown ink, I mean a brown. You guys know with all the inks available, we have all of the things. We have the coffee break and the pudding brown and the hazelnut this and the sprinkle of that. So when I say old school brown, I'm talking old school diamond, straight up chocolate brown. Andorilium, straight up Atlas moth brown. Monteverde, brown sugar ink. And then my last one that I deem old school, I got ebony brown from Private Reserve. Now, I do have a few extra because I just wanted to try them out. So I got Sailor Ink Studio number 673. I did another Monteverde chocolate pudding. And then I did a papery plume in pecan or pecan. And I did one of my ostrich inks from so and so. I did fall chrysanthemum. So those are the ones I want to try. 2, 4, 6, 8. Didn't realize I pulled out 8, but I will try to move as fast as I can to see what we can find for coffee and cream. All right, got my water and everything beside me. So let's get started. And I'm going to trade these pens for this piece of paper in case I need it. All right, so I'm going to use my speedball nib to get this party started. Let's start the party with papery plume pecan. Looks to be a standard brown, which is what I'm looking for this pen. Okay. Looks to be a standard brown. Okay, we're good to go. Try not to make a mess on the first color. Okay. And this is, let me grab something to write with. This is pecan. And I decided to use the back side of this paper. So if that crinkle is bothering you, my apologies. But I wanted to be able to look at both sheets of paper on this one. Okay. So next, let's do Fall Chrysanthemum. This is by Ostrich Ink. These inks I got from so-and-so, so they come with this little dropper, which I think is the cutest little thing ever. And let's see how rich this brown is. Okay, this brown has some red in it. And I was going to spread that out further, but I think I'm going to let that dry with that great big old puddle. Okay, and again, this is who? Ostrich ink. And I apologize if I have my head actually in this frame. I don't think I do. But if I do, my apologies. And I'm not even going to pretend that I can spell chrysanthemum without looking at the thingamabob. Okay. I'm going to stay with the samples. There's 2 more, and then I'll move to the bottles. Okay, this is Sailor Studio number 673. And I'm going to go across the page for this swatch. Even when I try, y'all, to just get a little in a swatch, I just grab so much. My apologies. This is a sample that I just got. Ordered it from Goulet because my trusty friends at Vanessa did not have it. But this is considered one of their Ink Studio inks. And I said I'm going to focus on them when I go to the next pen show, which will be at the end of the month. I'm going to focus and intentionally check out some Sailor Ink Studio colors. I need to be intentional about that because that one doesn't just always cross my mind, but I'm interested in them. Okay, and then this last sample is Monteverde, and it is chocolate pudding. I can remember getting this ink when I first started out. So now this ink is probably 2 years old because I got in the game in 2024, April. And that might be why there's so little of it left in this container as well. But that's okay. Here's chocolate pudding. Again by Monteverde. And you guys don't sleep on see, there I go getting stuff all over the place. But it wouldn't be me if I didn't. But I was going to say, don't sleep on the Monteverde inks because now I really do like them. They are very smooth and they have not caused me any trouble. And they're very affordable. Okay. All right. Now, let's go over here to Private Reserve, Ebony Brown. I'm going to shake this one because it's a bottle and I know they've been sitting. None of these have shimmer per se, just shaking because they've been sitting. Only reason why. Okay, and again, this is Ebony Brown. Okay, see? That's the darkness I'm looking for. Okay, Ebony. But need to see how Ebony's going to dry. But right now, that's that dark that I'm looking for this coffee. And see? These I already think have too much red for what I'm looking for. I like them, of course, but for what I'm looking for, I'm pulling out that dark. This is Private Reserve. And do we know if Private Reserve's inks come any smaller than this 60 milliliter glass jar? I mean, it's just a big jar is all I'm saying. But I've never seen them packaged in any other way. If you guys have, let me know in the comments, please. Because I have not. Okay. So that's one for the chocolate. Let's put Atlas Moth Brown below there. And let's see what we got. Again, just shaking because it was sitting. This one's got a little more. It's a little lighter, I think. I couldn't quite remember off top, but then when I opened it, it's a little lighter. But we're gonna see when it dries. But it's a little lighter. But not to the sheening of the red light. And I can tell by this bottle, I've been using it and or sharing it. Probably both, knowing me. But I think that's a good contender too. Or even mixing those two, because now I've been known to mix some inks too. I know, be careful. But I have. Okay, so this is Andorilium. Atlas Moth Brown. Now, I have since learned that these come smaller. And my first time with it was a couple weeks ago at the Atlanta Pen Show, because this is the average bottle of the 1.5 ounces of the Andorilium inks. But they also come in this smaller 0.5 ounce jar, which in theory is not a lot, but when you're looking at inks, we know that is technically a lot. And then for the size of the jar, it's easier to store because it's smaller. So I did learn that these come in a smaller size, and I'll be looking for some more of that smaller size at the Chicago Pen Show. Okay, now we're gonna do my trusty. This was my first brown ink. I fell down the rabbit hole. I bought this ink first as a cartridge. I put it in my new at the time Kaweco Sport in the macchiato color, and I was crazy for chocolate brown. Love diamond chocolate brown. I wrote all night for hours with this ink, y'all. Was just in love with it. And I think that was the first time I also acknowledged and fell in love with the fact that I liked that it was still dark, but that it was not black. And then I slowly started to prefer a lot of my writing. I don't know how I'm getting ink all over the place, Lord. But I did start to prefer a lot of my writing, especially in my journal, to not be so black and hard, if that makes sense. Like, I decorate with stickers and all of that. Um, and so a lot of times when I write with black, it makes the spread or the layout look extra hard with that black. So that's how I first fell in love with brown inks. And now I'm just brown inks crazy and brown pen crazy, but I am enjoying it. Okay, so lastly, we have another Monteverde ink. This one is called Brown Sugar. And let's see how they are going to fare with the rest of this competition for brown. Okay. And what is this? Okay, brown sugar. Okay, brown sugar. Got a little red in it too, but pretty. Hmm. Okay, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do love them all, of course. But for what I'm looking for right now, there are some that are a little too light or red, and then there may be one that's too dark. Hmm. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? We have, clean up a little bit of my mess. Okay, so we have this set of brown. We have the paper plume pecan, the ostrich, I spelled wrong, ink chrysanthemum, that private reserve ebony brown, and then that Andorilium Atlas moth brown. We got your Sailor Studio 673. We got chocolate pudding that came up light. We got chocolate brown by Diamond, and then we have brown sugar by Monteverde. What are we thinking? I think I'm gonna, yeah, well, no, I don't know. Y'all, I think I'm gonna go with my trusty chocolate brown for the dark, rich coffeeness that I want. And beryllium has a sheen that I'm not really feeling right now. I mean, it's pretty, but that's not what I'm feeling right now. And then if I did not have chocolate brown, I think I would go for the ebony brown. But I think I'm going to go for the diamond chocolate brown. Okay, let's dip coffee and do a little writing sample to see what her beautiful coffee cup nib feels like. Okay, let me get my miser so I can put the top back on here, because even though I'll move it out of the way, I'll still end up hitting something way over there. Okay, got my miser so I can dip my nib in. Okay, and this is the, well, Stephanie, did you dip your nib in, baby? Sometimes I get a little nervous. Okay, this is the coffee and cream in a fine nib. It is a nice nib. It's smooth. It's not scratchy. And this is the diamond ink. Okay, and I think that is the color I want for this pen for the first inking. Okay, y'all, I like it. I do like it as I get ink all over myself, but I do like it. I hope that you guys will like it as well. So you know what that means. This will be one of my additional pen and ink pairings for April. You know how I tell you I always do it. And my April currently ink video is already up. And so we will be adding the Relic pen called Coffee and Cream with the diamond ink of chocolate brown. So excited to play with this pen this month. So excited. Okay, guys. Well, that's what I jumped on to show you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments. Have you ordered a Relic pen before? What have you ordered? What styles do you like? This is my very first one, and I know that I'm going to enjoy it. But let me know what you guys have purchased from this company. Okay? All right. Well, until I see you in the next video, love on your family and please be safe until the next time I see you. Bye bye.